everyone, this is from Pakistan and you're watching my YouTube channel Insani, which aims to invoke a little bit of humanity in all of us through awareness and understanding. So since it was Passover for the past week, I was not using any electronics and I was going through my own spiritual spiritual connection and enlightenment, and building a connection with Hashem. So I was unable to see what was going on in Israel, Jerusalem, unfortunately. Now I came to know that there had been clashes, I think 3 days ago, or I don't know, I don't exactly remember the date, because like I said, I'm not actually using electronics or keeping myself updated in regards to news, any news. But yeah, like a commenter and a subscriber pointed out, so I just had to, and also since I'm not eating any carbs, so the energy level is very low. So obviously I don't have time to do a lot of searching and internet surfing and everything. But anyway, it was very unfortunate to see what had happened in a couple of days, where because since it's Passover, so many of the religious Jews were visiting Temple Mount. So I thought I would just make this video, and I wanted to make this video. I actually, when I saw those videos and those rioters throwing stones at the police and everything, and listening to the news, whatever I came across, I would put in the description box. So it was actually very saddening. I was actually angry also in a way that I realized that yes, it's the holiest month for Palestinians, for Muslims, the entire month of Ramadan, but it was just 1 week for us Jews also, because it was Passover, and Passover is the Jewish festival of Qurban. Qurban is like Pesach actually is the festival where the Jews, if the second temple would have been there on Temple Mount, all Jews would have brought sacrifices, lamb sacrifices, or for atonement, or for their pledges, or as it is a festival of pilgrimage to the holy Jewish temple at Temple Mount, and bring sacrifices for Hashem. In this scenario, in this spiritual time, since the second temple is no more, yet Temple Mount is the most sacred and holy site for most religious Jews, and they do feel this inclination and deep yearning to visit Temple Mount. And I have seen Hananya Naftali's video where he has gone to visit the Temple Mount in these Passover days, and it was very beautiful for me to see that how these religious Jewish people were visiting with utmost humility, and were they were not even wearing any shoes. They were barefoot, and the whole passage was not very smooth and to walk freely and without any discomfort, because there were so many rocks and uneven surfaces along the way. And they didn't even enter the Dome of the Rock compound. They were just going around that around temple, around Temple Mount and around Dome of the Rock. They were not even at the closest, vicinity. Um, they were like apart and far away from, Dome of Rock. And even then, from the compound of Dome of Rock, there were women, and I'll share the video, you can watch it. Women, young girls screaming at these, Jewish visitors, Allahu Akbar, or whatever slangs in Arabic. But it's just, the presence and the visiting, and it was just for the few minutes. It was not like that they were staying there and praying. And in fact, when some of the visitors were praying silent, they were praying. They were not throwing rocks at the Palestinians or police or anything. They were just praying. They were visiting, and most of the time they were walking. And whenever they stopped, the Israeli police would say, tell them to start walking and do not pray. These people would, and some of the videos, many of the commenters or the interviewers, the people who were being interviewed, said that Al-Aqsa is under Israeli police control. So how the hell these rioters, these Palestinian Muslim rioters, got rocks and all those stuff inside the Al-Aqsa mosque? I think that's a blatant lie. Inside Al-Aqsa mosque is where the Waqf controls everything. The Waqf does not allow the Israeli police to search or to come inside the compound. In fact, this is the point raised in the Western media and Middle Eastern media and all the world media, that how the hell and how dare the Israeli police enter the Al-Aqsa mosque, inside the mosque. So whatever goes inside the mosque is the responsibility of Waqf, and a Waqf is the nexus of Jordan and Palestinian authorities together. So if the rocks, iron rods, all those weapons, knives get inside Al-Aqsa mosque, is the responsibility of the Waqf, not the Israeli police. So despite the fact that they search them and that, but they cannot search the imam and the authorities who are maintaining the Al-Aqsa mosque. And so one cannot say that it is the responsibility of the Israeli police, and how the hell these rocks and these weapons get inside Al-Aqsa mosque, because that's the responsibility of the Waqf. Waqf does not allow the maintenance or checking of Al-Aqsa mosque from the inside by the Israeli police. They are not allowed. And in fact, that is the question, is how the hell the Israeli police entered the Al-Aqsa mosque when they are not allowed there. So the stones came there, the iron rods came there, and the weapons who were present at the Al-Aqsa mosque are the responsibility of the Waqf, which is the Palestinian Authority and the Jordanian, because they provide the fund and they appoint the imam and the director and whatnot. All the authorities are, all the maintenance and everything is in the hands of Palestinian Authority and Jordanian, committee or whatever, which is called the Waqf. But anyway, despite that, okay, fine, it's a sensitive month. It's a holy month. So Muslims are allowed, irrespective of time, and they can pray 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10, 100 times. They have all the mosque and all the Dome of the Rock. The Jewish settlers are just walking by. There is a walk-in tour of these religious Jews on the most holiest Jewish festival, which is a pilgrimage festival of Passover, and the Muslim Palestinians don't even tolerate that. And Jews don't have any other option. For Palestinian Muslims, Al-Aqsa is the third holiest place. But for the Jews, for the Jews, Temple Mount is the only one and the only holiest place on this planet Earth. Where should they go on Pesach? If they're just having a walking tour, what is offensive in that? If they're praying in their in while mumbling, they're not praying out aloud. The Palestinian Muslims have say call out prayers, the azan, at least 5 times a day, and they can't even mumble Jewish prayers on Temple Mount while on a walking tour. Is it fair? And then journalists like Christina Ampanpur interrogates and accuses Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett of being irresponsible and equating the Palestinian violence with the security measures taken by the Israeli police to curtail these rioters and these violent insane people who on the face of it go into the Aqsa mosque for prayers, but yet they store these stones to and then they I think in the morning they stoned a bus which was taking these settlers in the West Bank, Judea and Samaria, to who were going for the Temple Mount tour on Pesach, and they were throwing stones at that bus. How is that equal? I mean, how is killing civilian and controlling the security situation of the violent rioters equal? And if Christina Ampanpur does not understand the difference, who does? I would like to know which journalist. I mean, what is the journalistic, paradigm to, actually judge this whole thing? And I was quite disappointed at Christina Ampanpur. I had, since I was a child, I used to look up to her. And it was an kudush to Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett for answering and being calm and listening and replying responsibly. But this is insane. How can you compare or how can you equate, Jewish worshippers? I mean, are you saying that Jews don't have entitlement to worship at the only holiest place they have on this planet? They're not entitled to it? And all the rights are for the people who have this place as the third holiest state? How is it fair? I mean, they can easily go to Makkah and Medina in the holiest month of Ramadan. How is the third holiest place better than the first holiest place and the second holiest place? I mean, how is it even equal? And were the Israeli Jewish visitors on Temple Mount carrying any stones? They were not even allowed to worship. Even mumbling, worshipping in mumbling, not praying aloud to okay, we're listening to these Jewish visitors praying aloud in Hebrew, in their own tradition. So it offends. They were just walking and they were mumbling, they were praying in their hearts, and even that is offensive. And people who are throwing stones at security forces and innocent civilians who are just going there to fulfill their religious sentiments and emotions. How is that equal? I don't understand that. I actually do not understand that. And I would tell you the truth, which I don't know. I mean, seriously, I used to pray at night. Every night I do pray that Mashiach should come and there should be the heavenly third temple on Temple Mount. The third eternal temple from heaven comes to Temple Mount. I actually want to wish that these structures, which are year after year in the month of Ramadan, are a source of shame, disgrace, filth, and innocent blood is shed, especially on the Israeli side. Innocent blood is shed. Police have to do these things over and over again for these filthy structures. I wish that somehow Hashem, with his might and power, demolish these structures once and for all, because this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Palestinian Muslims can have this compound for the entire month, and they can't, and Jews can't even have a walking tour on the holiest week, which is the pilgrimage week on Temple Mount. I don't understand this. For me, it was, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And how the world has reacted. How dare the Israeli security forces entered into the Al-Aqsa mosque and removed these violent protesters? How does this world actually work? I don't understand that. So yeah, I please help me understand this world, because I sometimes feel I'm from Mars, or this is Mars and I'm from Earth, and which is, seriously, this is unbelievable.